Well, one thing I like about this building is that it's very close to the train stations, and a weather day like today, a little bit of rain, I barely need an umbrella. Another thing I like about working here is the bright lobby. It's excellent when meeting with clients, and personally I feel the flower arrangements to be very eye-catching. Another thing is the fitness center. If I ever managed to quit my gym near my house, that's available. I've taken a tour, it seems clean and most importantly not overcrowded. If I could change one thing about the building, I'd probably ask them to put more news relating to our field on the TVs in the elevator. But overall, they're always conversation starters, and yeah, it's an excellent place to come every day.
My take on 500 West Monroe, I've been at Grubb & Ellis for almost 4 years now, so I've been at 500 West Monroe for the same amount of time. I think the building is great. I think it's in a great location. I think the amenities both in the building and around are great. It's a Class A building, obviously has a lot of parking, close to the trains. I think the newly added fitness center is a great addition. The only comment that I would make, I do notice periodically when I walk through the lobby that it does seem to be a little bit on the dark side, and spending a lot of time in other Class A buildings in the Loop. Obviously the finishes are very nice, but there might be able to, maybe there's something that can be done with the lobby area in terms of lightening it up or changing some of the color schemes or what have you. That is really the only recommendation that I can make for this building. I think everything else is pretty good, short of being in line with the market in terms of economics. I think the building has a lot to offer. So that's my take on 500 West Monroe.
I think 500 West Monroe is a great building. It has great lobby presence. When you walk in, it feels like an office environment. They have added amenities recently, the new health club, restaurant within, sundry shop. The only negative thing I would say is the parking elevators. They have to be upgraded. Other than that, it's in a great location, close to the Metro and Amtrak stations.
500 West Monroe, it's really a great Class A West Loop building. It's conveniently located to the two major commuter rail stations. It's a 10-minute walk to the elevated line, really abundant parking, which is a great amenity, and great light and air. The views and the light that comes in makes it a really pleasant work environment. I'd say the only two criticisms, if I had to, regarding the building, one would be the perception that the building lacks amenities. I know there's the corridor with amenities, but if you could find a way to, create a fun and exciting amenity in the bank space on the first floor lobby, I think that would be well received by tenants. And then the only other thing that comes to mind with respect to the parking, again, you got abundant parking, but in the summer months when it's hot, it can be pretty uncomfortable in the garage. If you could find a way to bring in some fresh air, maybe add supplemental cooling or some type of conditioned air in the elevator vestibules and the elevators, it would make a more pleasant experience for your tenants. But beyond that, it's a great building, and it's really a pleasure to work in it.
The biggest thing I like about 500 West Monroe is the location. It's great for the L, it's great for the commuter trains, it's also great when you're looking for parking in the neighborhood. There's a ton of it. I also like the staff. They've been here for years. We've been in this building for 4 years, and the staff has been pretty consistent. They know who you are. They let you in sometimes if you forget your pass, and they're great people. The one thing I would change is probably operationally. If you're working late or on the weekends, there's usually only one or maybe two elevators running, and you'll sit and wait. If you come in on a Saturday morning, you sit there for a while waiting for the elevator. And similar with the parking garage, there's not enough elevators there. And ideally, it'd be nice if they could open up the stairs. If you're waiting there at 5 o'clock, you're going to wait for 15 minutes just to get on the elevator to go up one flight. So if they could open up the stairs, you could actually walk downstairs in about a minute, which would make life a lot easier.
My feelings of 500 West Monroe are that it's a solid Class A- building in the West Loop, outstanding location west of the river. If I were to identify some shortcomings with this building compared to the new Class A Plus buildings in the West Loop, I would concentrate on the lobby. The lobby is very dark. The new buildings have floor-to-ceiling glass panels like 111 West South Wacker and many others, 155 North Wacker, 1 North Wacker. They're all exciting, vibrant lobbies with high ceilings. We have the high ceilings, but it's very dark where you don't get to even see the street. So I would immediately look at doing something with that. The floor plates are efficient. The parking garage, in my opinion, is an outstanding amenity. I understand we have a health club, but I've never been in it. And I'm trying to think what else. It's, you know, it's always been considered a good top-tier building, just a step below some of the, you know, Class A plus stuff.
500 West Monroe. As a tenant of the building for 3.5 years, I personally love the building, love the location, proximity to trains. Coming in from the western suburbs, it's 1 block. That's a big plus. Also, our use as a perimeter office, sitting in an office here works very well. One thing I'd like to see with the building is, with the bank moving out, try to get in a nice restaurant. I know it's challenging in this location as I look directly to the south. 525 West Monroe has a vacant space that they've tried to. However, twice this week I've had to go to West Randolph to Red Light and Sushi Wabi with clients that would be nice to have in the building that's much closer. So hopefully that's something that ownership could do to upgrade the building, and would be an amenity that would go very well. As a broker representing clients looking at the building, always get positive marks. The thing we constantly hear, especially from law firms, quote, "Gee, I wish it was 1 block further east." Unfortunately, you can't pick the building up and move it up the other side of the river. Having said that, continued market awareness and bringing folks through the building. It's a great asset.